The thoughts, opinions, and general overall shade thrown on High at 9 News are those of the individual speakers and not those of High at 9 News, its audience, or its advertisers. The statements made do not constitute medical, legal, or financial advice, and for advice tailored to your specific situation, please consult with a licensed professional. Welcome to the High at 9 News Hour, where you will hear from cannabis industry experts and professionals from around the country talk about important topics while shining light on global issues and discussing cannabis as it relates to politics, regulation and reform, data and technology, science, research and medicine, family and parenting, art, celebrities and entertainment, fitness, sports, mental health and wellness, and plant-based medicines and entheogenics. Together, we are building a stronger community, fighting the stigma and creating change. With your host, Jason Beck, joined by special industry expert correspondents from around the country, and daily antics brought to you by cannabis. Coming to you live every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific time and high noon on the East Coast. And thank you all for getting high at 9 with us. Oh, yeah. Good morning, everybody. That is right. That's right, you guys. It is Thursday, May 29th, and today is a National Coq au Vin Day. You guys. Is that
wine?
Yeah, COQAUVIN Day. Yeah. You want me to give you the breakdown, Dale?
Do we celebrate that here in America, Jason? That's all I need.
Yes. We do celebrate that today here in America.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
It's a dish, Dale. It's a dish. National Coq au Vin Day, May 29th, celebrates the delicious French dish known as coq au vin. It's a French staple. It translates to rooster with wine, and it's a rustic peasant-style dish that is easy to serve when entertaining because a lot of the work can be done in advance. Oh. That's all it says. I mean, it looks good, but it doesn't say like what all the ingredients are in here. Interesting.
Maybe it's like Pinko the Gallo, neck of the rooster. Bite you.
It's possible, Dale. You know, stranger things have happened. That is for sure. That is 100% for sure. But it also this is, it's also National PaperClip Day today, you guys.
Put it up for the paperclip.
Shout out to paperclips. Yes, that's right. And thank you all for joining us and getting high at 9 with us. It's also high noon on the East Coast. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe to us on all social media platforms. You can look up above and down below to see exactly where we live on the internet. And we are live every Monday through Friday on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, X, Instagram, Facebook, Kick, as well as on our very own website, www.highat9news.com. So welcome to everyone joining us from any one of those platforms. And there she is. There's Miss Jenny Beth Dills. We are going to kick this thing off with Miss Jenny Beth Dills. She's the founder of Kind Cannabis that can help you keep your business on track, as well as Justice Served, a 501c3 that can help you get your life back on track if you're justice impaired. That's right. It is none other than Miss Jenny Beth Dills.
That's your sweet, innocent face, girl.
Yeah.
What are we going to do to change that?
Piss me off at 7 o'clock in the morning. But anyhow, moving right along, an American basketball player is kind of fucked, Dale. So this story is coming out of Jakarta, Indonesia. An American professional basketball player is facing the possibility of life in prison or even the death penalty, which is by firing squad. Side note. In Indonesia, after being arrested for allegedly attempting to smuggle cannabis-infused candy in the country. 34-year-old Jared Dwayne Shaw, a Texas native who's played in the Indonesian Basketball League since 2022, was taken into custody on May 7th following a police raid at his apartment in Tangerang, just outside Jakarta. Authorities say they seized 132 pieces of cannabis candy weighing more than 860 grams, just over 30 ounces. Officials say the arrest came after customs officer at Soekarno Hatta, International Airport flagged a suspicious package arriving from Thailand, where cannabis has been decriminalized since 2022. But in Indonesia, drug laws remain among the harshest in the world, and Shaw now faces charges that could result in life imprisonment or execution by firing squad. A video circulating on social media reportedly shows Shaw resisting arrest, shouting for help as he's detained. Police say Shaw admitted he planned to share the cannabis candies with teammates. The Tangerang Hawks, the team Shaw most recently signed with, announced his immediate termination, calling his actions a clear breach of contract. The Indonesian Basketball League has also banned him for life. In a news conference, Shaw appeared in an orange prison uniform, masked and silent with his hands bound. Officials say the investigation is ongoing as they attempt to uncover any links to a broader international drug network. According to the United Nations, Indonesia remains a major transit point for drug traffickers despite its zero-tolerance law. Currently, more than 500 individuals, nearly 100 of them foreigners, are on death row in the country for drug offenses. Indonesia's last executions were carried out in 2016. Move over, Brittany Griner. This guy has fucked all the way up. Of all the places that I would fuck around and try and find out, I don't think that Indonesia is one of them. And he's been there since 2022, so he knows that. So, as much as I hate seeing draconian laws like this and see these situations happening, sir, you knew better.
Yeah, man. There's places you don't F around, and that I would say is one of them, dude.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
Oh man. There's nothing to say here. This is you fell down the stupid tree and hit your head a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
What? Even if this was, I'm going to share with my teammates. It's not a commercial enterprise. This is incredibly risky and stupid. And someone's going to shoot you for bringing weed into a country. At what point do you think maybe I should hire an accomplice to come in and do this and keep my name out of this? What a fucking idiot.
Indonesia, bro.
And it was interesting to me that it was like, this is how they found out, because he had another package arriving from Thailand that I guarantee you also had weed in it. And so they're like, hey, knock, knock at this address. Who's home? So.
It will find you. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. That is
as much as we don't want people to equate weed with, dangerous drugs. There are places in the world where, they just don't see this as we do. And you can talk all day long. You don't get jury trials. Due process is not what we expect here. And it's not plume or plata. It's plume.
Mm-hmm.
It's lead. They'll shoot your ass for this.
Yeah, they will pop your ass in a second. And it's funny, like this. It's this country is named after cannabis. You know what I mean? Indonesia. I mean, but they do not play around with that plant. You never heard of Indo, Dale? I saw that.
Indo.
Yeah, it's Indonesia,
bro. Jason loves Indo, not outdo.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Indo is far superior to outdo.
That's ghetto for indoor?
I don't know.
Yeah.
They actually have a real language, Dale. It's called Ebonics, okay?
Whoa, they.
Wait a minute. Who the fuck is they?
Whoa, yeah, there you go.
Jason just say you people.
Let me off the bus. We took a wrong turn.
Oh God. Yeah. There is a language for hood talk, Dale, and it's called Ebonics.
Well, that's a story out there. Yeah, I have lots of friends who are from ghetto and not from the ghetto, and that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand what that means. I mean, I've heard the word, but I don't think that linguistics are going to say, "Oh, this is black from the ghetto."
Yeah, Dale didn't say black; he just said ghetto.
I didn't say black either.
Ebonics comes from
overarching understanding, though. Talking about blacks from the ghetto.
I don't know. You guys are putting extras on it, but whatever. It's fine. It's all good. It's all good.
Well,
we still love you.
They don't speak Ebonics in the hillbilly country.
They have their own form of Ebonics out there.
Isaac Cruz just called Jason Malibu's most wanted.
That's cute. That's cute. That's cute. And on that, we're gonna roll into our first commercial, and we're gonna be right back.
Oh man, your knees still bothering you, man?
Yeah, my left one, But I'll tell you what, I've been using this new CBD cream, and it works like a miracle.
CBDs. I done heard about them CBDs. I was out there on them Twitters the other day, and I heard they get you high as a kite.
Well, not this stuff. This stuff is tested. Every batch, all the way through, pharmaceutical grade, and in a GMP certified facility. So you know you're not going to have to worry about flying high.
GMP certified? I might have to try some of this out. Where I'm even find this?
You go directly to aimhighhemp.com and they will ship it to your door right away. Tested. It's not a name, it's a promise.
Ah, yes, and we are back, you guys.
Coming up next, Jason Beck.
Oh, yes. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Well, man, I have a story.
I was going to introduce you with Ebonics, but I just figured I
don't really care, Jenny Beth. Let me tell you something, though, what I do care about, because, man, what about the kids? You know what I'm saying? Haribo recalls sweets after they were found to contain cannabis and cause multiple adults and children to fall ill, you guys. Oh, man. I wonder if these were trap gummies, but nonetheless. Haribo has urgently recalled packets of sweets after they were found to contain cannabis when several people fell ill. The substance was discovered after several members of the same family, both children and adults, felt unwell after eating Happy Cola Fizz and contacted the police. An investigation into the sweets has been launched, and according to a spokesperson for the Netherlands Food and Consumer Product Safety Authority, the NVWA, the NVWA told Mail Online it was involved in the probe and confirmed samples were taken and cannabis was found in them. They say, we immediately contacted Haribo and they issued a safety warning, a spokesperson for the NVWA said. How the cannabis ended up in the sweets is still unknown, and the police are investigating this further, the NVWA added. It said in a quote, after consultation with the NVWA, and as is customary in these types of situations, Haribo has issued a safety warning. This is with a view to safeguarding food safety, which the NVWA monitors closely. Haribo earlier said that there were products in circulation that can cause health problems such as dizziness, and a company spokesperson said the incident is contained to the Netherlands to a specific product and batch, and Haribo products in the UK are not affected. The safety of our consumers is our highest priority, and Haribo takes this incident very seriously, which is why a recall has been issued in the Netherlands. Haribo is working closely with the authorities to support their investigation and establish the facts around the contamination. The recall applies to packages with the production code L341-40023079006, you guys. And other production codes of Happy Cola Fizz and all other Haribo products should be safe to eat, according to the company. And consumers are asked by the candy manufacturer not to return the product to the store, but to send it to the company, and then they will then receive a refund. It is not yet clear what the size of the contamination batch of the sweets is, and it comes after last year Haribo gummy candies were recalled due to pieces of wood, according to the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, the CFIA. The notice said the affected candies are from the brand Haribo, and they were labeled Tang Fastix. And in an email to CTV News in Canada, the CFIA confirmed that wood pieces were found in the bags of the candy and partly stuck to the candy, they say. The CFIA categorized the recall as a Class 2, which means that there is a moderate risk that consuming the food may lead to short-term or non-life-threatening health problems, you guys. And man, oh man, Haribo gummies. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this. Mm-hmm.
If you drink alcohol and you get drunk, it is not an illness.
Yeah.
Okay. If you consume cannabis and you feel high, it's not an illness.
Yeah, you'll get over it, right?
Just stop it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the children. Yeah. Well, parents should. In this one, it looks like, irrespective of what the parents did, they didn't know it was in there. Okay. Mm-hmm. But I can tell you from the years I was in medicine that you cannot kill yourself. I don't care how much cannabis you consume. may go unconscious, but that's what they tried to do with people having seizures.
Yeah.
Back 150 years or more, you have someone with an uncontrolled seizure, you dose the shit of them, knock them out. The next day, the kid wakes up and takes the breast. Okay?
Yep.
No long term. It's like, what do we, the hysteria, the hobgoblin? Oh, some kid got a hold of some weed. Okay. Parents, be careful. But, don't bring them to the emergency room when they got a little too much weed in them.
Yeah. It's
They
a little
eat
bit of
Tylenol,
overkill, right?
Get their ass there.
Yeah.
Or they get a hold of your Vicodin or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think there's only way to truly get to the bottom of this, and is we need President Trump to contact the country of Haribo.
Haribo's a
should try
country.
some samples too.
Well, I mean, if it was in Canada, they'd be part of America pretty soon. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the Canadians about that, right?
It's happening, Dale.
I mean,
It's happening.
The Golden Dome.
Yep.
In your mind, maybe it's happening.
Oh no, it's happening, bro. The deal is getting put together right now. I can't wait.
I think he's got
I can't
a
wait.
better chance of,
It's great.
of adopting Mexico.
No way, bro. No way. We're gonna do that, and then that way we can put all of our border agents down on the southern border, and we have all of North America as be North America. It'll be amazing. Then Greenland will be next.
And the we in that is who?
America.
Which America?
America.
I mean, I'll be glad to be able to go to Canada and not have to go through border inspection, Dale. I mean, that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Well, don't hold your breath.
Okay. Just saying. I think it'll be great.
I know, but don't hold your breath.
I'll hold these root beers, Dale.
I mean, have y'all ever had the Haribo soda candies? They make me ill on their own. I don't think it was the weed that did it.
Interesting.
I love those, man. I don't eat a lot of candy, but you throw me some Coke bottles,
Really?
I'll go to town on those.
Really?
I'm more of a peach rings girl.
You heard it. You heard it. Stone said he'd go to town on the Coke bottles. You heard it. You heard it here live.
Probably because they have weed in them, Stone.
Exactly. I love them.
Oh
Hairball,
man.
is that like a hairball?
Mm-hmm.
Or what?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a gummy bear brand, Dale. It's gonna be all right. Dale, we're going to roll, keep this train rolling. We're going to roll right into Mr. Dale Schafer. Dale has been an attorney since the Reagan administration. He has represented physicians, hospitals, insurance companies, cops, corrections officers, and for the last 25 years, he has specialized in cannabis law. He served a 5-year federal prison sentence for helping medical marijuana patients and managed to save his law license. He's blunt. He doesn't smoke them because they're ratchet. And he's honest, and he's unconcerned with your opinion, public opinions, and everyone else's opinion, and will show you how to defy gravity by pissing up a rope. That's right. It is none other your favorite Tio Loco, and you can now find him at his own law office at the law office of none other than Dale Schafer.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Your favorite Tio Loco, Uncle Shitakis too. I have a story come out of Ohio today, and it comes out of Marijuana Movement. The headline is Ohio House Committee Scales Back Changes to Voter-Approved Marijuana Law and Senate-Passed Bill. Now, if you haven't following how legalization of cannabis is rolled out, in many instances it's come by way of an initiative because the legislatures don't seem to be able to find their ass with both hands over this. So in many cases, the voters tell them, we want this. Now, the initiative is something that is not uniform across the country. It started in just after the Teddy Roosevelt administration called the Progressive Era. People wanted to go around legislators and be completely democratic. To put a proposal in front of them, like a plebiscite. Do you want this or not? And they vote for it. Now, the problem is that most of these initiatives get passed. State legislators can change them. California is the exception. If it's not put into the initiative that the legislature can change it, you're shit out of luck. You can't change it. You got to go back to the voters. Ohio is not like that. If the voters pass a constitutional amendment, the legislature can't change that. It's got to go back to the voters. If the voters pass an initiative that has legislation in it, the legislature can change it. And that's what we're dealing with here. Voters of Ohio passed an adult use cannabis law, or set of laws, okay? And the legislature is set about to change it. Some of the changes they're talking about are not, the only place this is a problem is Ohio. This is all over the country. talking about the nature and extent of criminal penalties, how we allocate tax revenues, and the types of products they're going to allow or not allow. Now, some of this has to do with, I think that there's a right wing in the legislature that really wants to go after this. They want to have no tax revenue to local jurisdictions. They don't want these products. They want a 20% tax on it, kind of nonsense that we here in California are struggling to try and fix. They also want to allow 2.5 ounces per person per day to be purchased. They want to allow you to be able to smoke on your own personal property and share in your own personal property without criminal penalties. Took out some ridiculous thing that, it's some sort of a major crime to be smoking weed in the passenger seat. Point of law here, don't fucking do that. Mm-hmm. That's pretty stupid. I mean, I can tell you I've smoked in my car driving around many times. Statute of limitations have run, so I can say that. I don't recommend that. Because the smell of weed, even if they can't arrest you for the weed, you're going to get the attention of a cop, and you just really don't want that kind of attention. They put 10%, they want a 10% tax on THC and hemp products, a $3.50 per gallon a tax on THC beverages. Okay, now, this is not the only place where we're having these problems, okay? Because California is struggling with some of the same stuff. And California passed Prop 64, which is allowed to be amended by the legislature. Cannabis in California now is what we consider a mature industry. If there is such a definition for this, Colorado was the first. Washington and California follow closely after that. So we have a pretty mature market here. But the problems they face are overtaxation, overregulation. And so Ohio is struggling with this right now. And it's difficult to explain to voters that, hey, we want this law passed, that it goes into the legislature, and we ask you to build us a horse and it comes out a giraffe. That's what we're looking at now, okay? This is a struggle that's being faced by California right now. And a lot of states that are mature in their industry are looking to California, can we fix this? Local jurisdictions right now overtax and overregulate in our industry. That's a problem. They're fighting in Ohio because the local jurisdictions want their share of the tax money. Okay? It's not an unusual problem. Local jurisdictions are struggling for money, and they think that cannabis is a cash cow, so let's just hook those tits up to the milking machine and away we go. Problem is, that's how you kill the industry. And if we could get a message to Ohio, it's like, learn from us. Overtax and overregulation will kill the industry, and that's what we're looking at California, and I'm afraid Ohio's heading the same way. So, word of warning to any industry out there that's new, be careful. Watch what is failing in the mature markets. Don't try to do it here. The factions here, one faction wants to make it easier, the other one wants to basically close it down. And I don't know how they're going to work this out, because it seems that the Republicans in the legislature are the ones fighting about this. Okay? And hopefully they can learn, but I'm not holding my breath. I'm going to throw this back at you for your comments about Ohio and initiatives and screwing this industry up from the gate. Throw it back to you. What do you guys think?
Ohio. I mean, this is, you're exactly right, Dale. These guys are screwing this whole thing up. They're screwing the pooch, trying to say, hey, we're going to try to get as much money out of this as we can right now, and we'll see how long this thing lasts. And ultimately, we know how this movie ends, because we've seen how it ends over here in California, as well as a whole host of other states that just keep on overtaxing and trying to just, it's so frustrating that nobody is even coming close to getting this right.
Nobody learns from anybody else's mistakes.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
keep on going.
Even the industry in itself, right? We see what's happened in every state, and we've been like, but please let us have it. We'll bring you so much tax revenue. And then they tax us to fucking death, and everybody can't afford their bills, and it fucking sucks. And then they're like, wait, but look at the tax revenue that California's generating.
Yeah.
We are missing out on tax revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Idiot. Find a better argument. Things went much better for us when we were pushing through compassionate care based on sick grandmas and kids.
Well, it makes a lot more sense to lower the tax and green light the industry everywhere, so you have more stores providing the tax rather than few stores providing a huge tax, which they can't afford. So, and I'm going to pump my own engine here. I'm going to confront the Democratic Party on Saturday over this. I'm proposing in California that we take away local control to regulate and tax, lower the excise tax to 3%, get our eraser out and erase all these fuckers with their hands out wanting money. Okay? The licensing fees only cover licensing, and the tax, the 3% tax, covers the operation of all the agencies. And after that, we prioritize research into the health problems and education with cannabis and substance abuse, mental health treatment, things like that. And all these fuckers out there with their hands out that absolutely refuse to agree to take less money, we're going to take the eraser and take them off the blackboard. Fuck. You guys are killing. There's still a mentality out there that this is a cash cow we can continue to milk. And I'm telling you, the metaphor, the cash cow is like it's from Dachau. No one will take one part of the milking machine off the udders. They don't care. They'd rather see this industry die than lose a nickel of funding.
It's so crazy.
My response is, fuck all of you and the horses who brought you in here. This industry either is going to survive or the black market's going to win. Make your choice here. Because right now the black market's winning. Prop 36 here in California, where they raised penalties for fentanyl and other drugs, and they made it a crime to steal, passed by 70%. Newsom and the Democrats were screaming and yelling, don't do this. And the voters said, yeah, fuck you. You can't legalize stealing. And in California, what we're doing is encouraging the black market. I think the voters would not like this. So stand by, because I'm going to throw some turds in some people's punch bowls this weekend, and I'll report back to you next week.
Yes.
A lot of turds.
I can't wait.
Bowls.
I can't
You
wait.
know me. If you don't like me, I don't give two shits if you don't like me.
Right.
I'm calling balls and strikes here, and these people that want money are killing the industry.
Well, I like you, Dale. For what it's worth.
Well, I was raised an Eisenhower Republican, okay? Been a Democrat for a long time, but it's still, if you can't make this add up, then start over again.
We're always welcome to host you back over here, Dale, back on the right side of the fence. Just so you know.
Well, I became a Democrat because of Richard Nixon. He was a lying sack of shit.
Yeah, he was pretty bad. That's fair. Yeah, he did a lot of dumb things while he was, so I can understand that. It's a fair criticism.
Hold my Diet Coke. No, just kidding.
Yeah, that's cute, Stone.
Or
that's
a taco,
cute.
right? A taco's a taco and a Diet Coke. There we go.
Yeah, the taco and a Diet Coke, Betty.
Hey, leave my Diet Coke out of this.
Okay.
Speaking.
Watch out for that aspartame. It'll get to you some point.
Right.
So there's
What's that, Stone?
I was just gonna say, there's no way to beat the trap until we do something federally. Like the 280E monkey on the back doesn't leave room for the local municipalities to rape cannabis companies. There's no room. Everybody needs to get together and get rid of the big one to help everybody make money.
That is true. We got rid of 280E. That would help out a lot. That would help out a lot in regards with these crazy taxes. But it's just so un-American to be taxing products at such a crazy, insane rate. And all of these politicians that are endorsing these types of policies need to take a strong look in the mirror. You know what I mean? And maybe reread some of the the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, a few other those
founded
things.
on a tax revolt, don't you know?
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah. John Hancock was
maybe we need to have a smoke party then.
Yeah.
Set all the weed
John
on fire.
Hancock was the most notorious smuggler in the colonies, and he signed his name real big. I want the king to read my name without his goddamn glasses on. Okay? The same thing happened. If you tax and regulate, there's a trap. And our founding fathers were trappers.
Yep.
tea or whatever. Okay.
Yep.
So don't tell me that people won't do this. And these are prohibitionary laws. This is not Malum and say it's not lying, thieving, stealing, beating people up, killing them. It's none of that.
Yeah.
We don't want you to smoke pot, so we make it terribly illegal and hope that people continue to buy our bullshit. And at this point, people recognize in high numbers alcohol is more dangerous and more harmful than cannabis. So shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Fair enough. And on that, I think that's a perfect time for us to roll into our next commercial, and we're going to be right back.
Get the fuck out of here, Joe. You can't find your ass with both hands.
Oh, that's right. Speaking of finding things, why don't you find that like button and smash it? And I know we'll appreciate it. You'll appreciate it, and YouTube will appreciate it. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And all of the articles that we cover on today's show, you can read directly on our website at www.high9news.com. And make sure you go into the description down below in this video and check out all of our sponsors and use the link to order yourself a case of liberal tears. That's right. This will make you feel better. This will take all your cares away. It's 150 milligrams of caffeine inside of here and 0 sugar. So no come down. You know what I'm saying? And it's Patriot Peach. And so be a true patriot and order some Liberty Tears today, you guys. I just ordered the summertime strawberry salad with added steak on top here at Anna's. Make sure you do the same thing too next time you're in downtown Long Beach. Come on down and check out Anna's joint on the 400 block of Pine Street. They have amazing selection of beers, foods, and when you come down here to Anna's, you can even challenge me to a game of shuffleboard if you want to lose. Did you get that? So, next time you're in downtown Long Beach on Pine Avenue, make sure you stop by Anna's Joint on the 400 block. Not only do they have Anna's Joint, this restaurant and bar, but they also have the amazing deli next door, and then next door to that they have a very exotic flower shop. You may want to stop by and say hi. And we are back, you guys. We are back.
Coming up next, right straight out of the ATX, the blue dot in the Red River of Texas, Stone Slade. And he's on the, or you're not on the high road today. You've landed.
I'm just here, baby. I'm just here in the ATX. Here we are. Here
Oh,
we
God.
Go.
Oh, God.
Calm down, Jason. Calm down. Listen, the bullshit's about to get thick in this room, so just get ready for it. You ready?
Okay, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Patrick, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, just held a press conference yesterday in Austin, Texas, trying to convince the public that a clearly labeled QR code tracked hemp product was a mysterious, unregulated substance, one that's apparently going to hook an entire generation on drugs. And somehow he managed to say it with a straight face. Patrick stood in front of reporters, held up a legal regulated product from Hometown Hero, one of the most compliant companies in the Texas hemp market, and declared that he didn't know what's in it. You know what's in it, Dan? A full ingredients list, a QR code that links directly to third-party lab results, and a cannabinoid profile that complies with the exact laws that you helped pass. If this is your idea of transparency, I would hate to see your idea of accountability. Meanwhile, in a rare moment of progress, the Texas Senate actually did do something useful. They voted unanimously to expand the state's painfully limited compassionate use program, yes, unanimously, in Texas, on cannabis. House Bill 46 could finally bring some relief to Texans suffering from chronic pain, terminal illness, and even those in hospice care. That is a big step forward from the tight handful of conditions that previously qualified. The bill also does open the door for inhalable products like vapes and aerosolized inhalers, something that's been strangely missing from the compassionate program for years. Because here's the thing, Cannabis is in this weird middle ground. It makes you feel euphoric, so lawmakers instinctively want to regulate it like alcohol or drugs. The problem is both of those things literally poison you. Cannabis doesn't. In fact, it's actually beneficial for your body. Trying to jam it into the same regulatory box is like forcing a circle through a square hole. It doesn't fit, and instead of adjusting the system, they just keep hammering harder. The new law would also increase the number of licensed dispensaries from 3 to 12, and on paper, that is quadrupling access. But when you're starting from 3 in the state of the size of France, that's still pretty dismal. Patients are still expected to drive hours just to pick up a prescription, sometimes across multiple counties. You don't see that in pharmaceuticals. You don't see pharmaceuticals treated this way. And while lawmakers are finally acknowledging that cannabis has medicinal value, they're simultaneously pushing a total ban on the other THC products made from hemp. Senate Bill 3 was rushed to Governor Abbott's desk on the same day that the Senate passed House Bill 46. If that sounds backwards, it's because it is. The same legislators who say they want to prevent addiction are voting to remove low THC alternatives, the very products helping people to avoid narcotics. And then they turn around and pretend that the only people opposing them are greedy business owners. Patrick even said that those fighting the ban don't care about kids. This is from the man who literally this is from the man who literally is handing the Texas cannabis market over to the cartels. So what happened to what about the kids? It's a huge mess, but it's a fixable one. Governor Abbott has until June 22nd to either sign or veto the THC ban. If he signs it, Texans will lose access to products that have helped veterans, seniors, and people and pain manage their conditions without opioids. If he vetoes it, lawmakers might actually be forced to have real conversations about responsible cannabis regulation instead of peddling fear. So pick up the phone, call his office, email, show up if you have to, because if we've learned anything from this legislative session, it's that the truth doesn't matter much to some politicians, but it should still matter to the people who vote for them. I'm Stone Slade for the High at 9 News. Now, we are going to cut to a video of this ridiculous press conference. Only going to play the first couple minutes. There's so many minutes of just ridiculousness, but the first 2 minutes do cover a pretty good scope of what this guy talked about.
The way they lift the veil.
Mm-hmm. They can't hear it. Anthony, they can't hear what
It's playing. I don't know why they can't hear it.
is it because of your mute, Stone?
I just muted, but it's not playing on my end.
All right, gentlemen, ladies. So I told you we'd have snacks today.
How about now?
Want to lift the snacks, something special for all of you. So this is everything you can buy
No.
I hear it now.
at a smoke
Yes.
shop and a vape shop that will either
Yep,
cause
they got it.
potentially paranoia, schizophrenia, tremendous health issues for you. Something like this that has 16,000 milligrams of THC in it. Why have I called you here today? Because I don't think the media has taken this issue seriously. I don't think the story has been told. You talk about jobs being lost. You talk about a big industry selling all of this to kids. This bag sells for $40. Big profit items. By the way, I'd be happy to share it with you, but I don't know what's in it because no one knows what's in it. It can poison you, not just children, but adults. This is all sold. Even the senators haven't seen all of this. It's all sold for kids, designed for kids and adults. This one, this little bag of jellies,
Madness.
mango peach, $90 for a bag. Send you sky high. We have no idea. Some of these things are so mislabeled. and the police will talk about that in a moment. No one knows what's in any of this. This is why we passed Senate Bill 3. This is why the House passed Senate Bill 3, to ban these products. Sour bells, slices. How about gummy worms? Gummy worms. This is what parents, you need to tell this story so that parents understand the 8,000 shops have been put in Texas in the last 3 years, many of them without permits, selling this to their kids to destroy their kids. And why would drug dealers seize Texas? Because they found a loophole in the hemp bill, which Charles Perry will talk about. And they want to hook our generation of young people today for a lifetime of drugs. And you need to sell that story. This is what it's all about. And it's not just kids buying this. Adults buy it, give it to kids. Adults buy it for themselves. We had horrendous testimony of one 22-year-old who bought this. I don't know what product it was. I think she said wedding cake. He stepped in front of a train and got run over, killed. This is serious business. This is not Dan's folly. This is not Dan's priority. This is to save an entire generation of being hooked on drugs. And I need for you all to take this story seriously. Because does anyone want to try any of this? Would you buy anything off the shelf that you didn't know what was in it?
Just prohibitionist nonsense.
That could change your whole mental state for the rest of your life? Would you want that? Anybody want this bag?
He throws like a bitch.
Okay.
That
You
was
want
rude.
it?
He does.
I don't think you want it. You wouldn't dare buy
He
it.
starts passing it
You
out
wouldn't
to
let your
everybody,
children,
though.
your grandchildren buy it.
Oh, it's just political theater.
And by the way,
The fact that
come
nobody cracked
September,
the
all
bag
this will
open
be
and ate some
illegal
is
anyway.
the biggest loss to me.
So I'll be turning this over to the police before I